the street is that Hitchison robbed Zesty Lemon last night. Zesty Lemon. Uh, Lemon was going upside his head. Hitchison claimed that he boxed and you know he did fight. They want him an exciting fight. He did fight. He fought him on the inside a little bit. Um, you can see why he stayed on the outside. I mean, the dude had like a 6-inch, 6-7 inch reach advantage. What was it, 7 inches? I think it was. I think Lamont came in at 67-inch arms. 5'5.5" versus Hitchens 5'10", 74-inch arms. So to me, that's super duper crazy. You know what I'm saying? Um, and Lamont closed the gap on him, cut the ring off. That was an education on cutting that ring off. Probably should have jabbed a little bit more. He probably would have stopped Richardson Hitchison had he jabbed a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Had he jabbed a little bit more, he probably would have stopped him. Or probably would have dropped him, and that was his issue at one point. He had through 13 jabs through like around halfway through the fight, landed 13, and Hitchison was living off the jab. And it was some defensive spot. I think more angles from Lamont. I think it looked like Lamont won that fight. I just caught the highlights, but it looked like Lamont won that fight to me, just from looking at the highlights, but I can't say that to be certain. But from what I seen, Lamont, maybe should have incorporated a uppercut. His body work was good. Just he should have just jabbed more to get on the inside. Simple as that. I think he should have jabbed more to get on the inside because he was getting on the inside at will. But when he closed the gap, Hitchison would just spin him off the ropes. So I think with a jab, that in that right hand to the body, I don't think he would have been able to spin him so much off the ropes. Just from what I seen, I think an uppercut him on the inside, and then with Hitchison, he was just dropping his hands here and there. And even when Hitchison was on the inside throwing punches, the punches didn't have the effect even with the fatigue. If he would have bent his knees more on the inside, and I see Errol Spence do that a lot. They stand up high on the inside, and I know this guy was 4 inches, about 4.5 inches shorter. But had he squatted down and got leverage on those shots, it's hard. You got a short opponent. When you're on the inside, the target has to get smaller. You know what I'm saying? You have to get smaller as a target. Your defense has to get tighter, so you got to squat down. He was standing too high on the inside, so when he did, shoot shine and land a couple shots, they really had nothing on the shots that they could have had, even though if he was tired and trying to dig deep. On the inside, you got to squat down. That's where the leverage from the punch comes. Especially if you're not a natural puncher, the punch comes from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? And he was standing too high, in my opinion. He was standing too high on the inside, and that's why he was getting caught them overhand lefts and right. Even if he had dropped his hands, he kept dropping his hands. Had he kept his chin tucked and kind of just squatted down a little bit more inside, his defense would have been a lot more tighter. His shoulders may have caught some of them overhand lefts and rights that he was throwing, but he hit him with a vicious body shot, Lamont, and Hitchison just faded to the ropes. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like that shit, man. And Lamont was going to the body. The only thing he really missed out on was a jab and an uppercut. That's it. And with 7 inches of reach, you'd be like, well, why couldn't Hitchison, keep him on the outside? Because he fading away with the punches. These dudes don't know how to fight a fighter like him, a pressure fighter. He fading on the inside. He fading back. He trying to box on the back foot. When you got somebody that's aggressive, you got to set the tone. Crawford says that when you fighting the bigger guy, and he wasn't the bigger guy, I'm just saying, when you fighting the aggressor, you got to go let him know that if you walk through this front door, you're going to get hurt. And Hitchison never established that he was going to hurt Zesty Lamont. All right, I'm calling him. Well, he earned his name last night, Lamont. He never proved that he can hurt the guy, and that was a problem. He never proved that he can hurt the guy. You know what I'm saying? So when you haven't proved that you can hurt the guy, you know what I'm saying, he gonna keep coming. And at the end of the day, you can say, well, he ain't got no power, or this, that, and the third, and cool. That's cool. But when you on the back foot and you on the inside and you ain't squatting down and punching through the target, he just punching the land like it's the amateurs. And this, if he fight this type of guy again, he gonna get smoked because you have to take it to him. You have to take the fight to him. That's the difference. You come out boxing and moving and all that type of stuff and showing support. You know what I'm saying? I mean, showing, he come out there showing, showing too much respect. He showed too much respect. He showed too much respect. Too much respect. You got to go out there and you got to take it to him. You got to take it to him. You got to take it to him. That's the difference. You got to take it to him. You know, you got to go right to him. You got to go right to him, and you got to take it to him. And Hitchins, he came out there trying to box and look cute and dance. No, man, you got a guy that's coming. I don't. He coming to you. So what's the best thing to do? Go to him. Walk to him. He should have been walking to him. Even if then you want to establish, okay, we about to box. Even if you wanted to establish that, in my opinion, he should have been walking to that guy from the beginning, stepping to him. That's how you use your reach. That's how you use your reach. That way, he got to take a chance and throw a hook, especially if he ain't gonna jab. He got to take chances, and then that's when you step back, hit him with an uppercut, step back, hit him with a left hook, step back, hit him with an uppercut. Then you control your foot, you control the distance at your terms. If he coming forward and you moving off the spot, he controlling the fight, he controlling the distance. He controlled the distance at that point. So that's what people got to understand. Go to him, go to him. You dictating terms. He can't get the leverage. He can't get the leverage on the punches. You know what I'm saying? Because he on the back foot. But guess what? He allowed him to, push him back early on. He willingly went back trying to look in the box. And a lot of people say he lost the fight. And the shots that he was landing, they were not more impactful than Lamont. They were not more impactful than Lamont. They were not more impactful than Lamont. Let's call it what it was. They were not more impactful than Lamont's. So that is what it is. But all in all, Lamont should have jabbed more. Lamont should have used the uppercut more. He jabbed more, he probably would have won running away. But he made, he was, Richard Hitchens was the house fighter. I mean, it is what it is. So, but then you had, guys, like Shakir Stevenson chime in. He chimed in about what happened. Let's speak on that real quick. Shakir Stevenson ended up saying, some things about, if he would have did this and if he would have did that. Hold on. Uh, 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 hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. But basically, I can't find it. But basically, he said if he would have trained with me, um, if he would have trained with me, he would have. Oh, here you go, right here. He said, "I promise you, he would have trained down here with me. He would have stopped this ninja." So I mean, everybody got their own personal opinion. Uh, So I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't know. So, can't really speak on that aspect of it. Devin Haney put something out there as well. He been talking shit about Devin Haney. Um, but going the IBF route, but not the WBC route is wild to me. He's trying to build up trying to build up I guess a unification. So this is Devin Haney just put. Come on. So what he put? Um, Richardson put a statement out. I don't know if it was on Instagram. Let me see if it was on Instagram. Um, hold on, hold on. I don't know what it was on, but hold on real quick. Let's see if we can find it on here real quick. So basically, he said I boxed him. Y'all tripping and all this other bullshit. Hold on. Put up the wrong motherfucker. Hold on. My bad, y'all. Uh, Here we go. He said, I pointed out box that boy for the most part. He had success, but y'all need to know boxing hitting don't get hit. That's what I did. Um, from what I seen, you got hit a lot. So I don't think you can claim the unhit part. You got unhit a lot. You got hit a lot. And then the punches you was landing, they wasn't even as impactful as old buddy punches. So I mean, that's just from my perspective, man. I ain't watched that shit because he boring, but apparently the night I didn't watch and did went to sleep, he ended up being an exciting fight. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Um, yeah, shout out to Dog. But I mean, it is what it is, man. They's booing his ass after the decision and all that stuff, whatever. But I will say that Lemon, he controlled the fight. Um, yeah, he controlled the fight. He landed more effective punches. So it looked like he should have won the fight, but hey, shit don't always go that way. Of course he gonna defend himself. Of course he gonna defend himself as far as this fight. So I don't blame him. I mean, you gotta defend yourself. You gotta defend yourself. But hopefully get to the drawing board and understand how to fight guys like this, man. Because I think he has an issue, with fighting these type of pressure guys. Most boxers do. I heard Coach Malachi was like, yeah, boxers, real boxers know how to eat up these pressure fighters. Like, not really. They struggle. They struggle with these type of guys. Floyd struggled with Madonna. He struggled with Castillo. Throughout history, even Jake LaMotta gave Sugar Ray Robinson some fits as well too. This is the boxer's worst nightmare. It's fighting somebody that brings pressure. This is their worst nightmare. especially a guy that can take their punch and all that type of stuff. Now you got some guys that's good at fighting these type of guys. You know, boxer guys for the most part, this is who they historically struggle with. A lot of them, you know. So hey, but hey, shout out to Fight Reaction Playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support, peace.